So your smartphone knows everything about you, your usernames, your passwords, your home address, and what if I told you there's a good chance it's not secure? So in this video we're going to talk about what you need to do to make sure you don't compromise your own safety. So in terms of getting into your smartphone, the first gateway that anyone would have to pass through is your lock screen. And there was a study that said that over 50% of Android users right now are using a pattern, and if you are going to do this, you need to make sure the pattern is invisible. This is going to prevent any onlookers from remembering the shape that unlocks your smartphone. Having said that, whilst a pattern is considered a medium security option, both a PIN or a password are considered much higher grade alternatives. Creating a password that has a combination of capitals, lowercase and numbers means your phone is almost impenetrable. And for those phones which have fingerprint scanners, it's a great idea to use this as your primary way to get into your phone, but as a secondary method, it's a great idea to swap out your visible pattern to a complex password. It's also worth disabling Smart Lock because as the technology stands right now, there are cases where someone can get into your phone without even needing to unlock it. So the next thing you need to do, which is absolutely essential if you don't want to risk losing the stuff which is on your phone, is to have some sort of system for backing it up. Now you could do this via automatic methods. For example, Samsung has the Samsung Cloud, Google has the Google Drive, and you can get other third-party services like pCloud. So back up things like your contacts, like your messages, like your app data. These things don't tend to take up that much storage, but are invaluable to be saved. So on the subject of backing things up, Google Photos. Currently, this is the #1 solution for making sure you never lose photos or videos. With literally one tap on any folder, Google will automatically save this stuff online and sync it to your Gmail account. It's also a pretty smart photo app in its own right, being able to remember and sort by faces, places and objects. So the next thing which you may not have considered is installing the Privacy Screen Guard. It's an application that allows you to selectively highlight certain areas of your screen and grey out the others. What that means is that for the parts of the screen that you're not particularly focused on, no one else is going to be able to see them either. And you can't understate how useful this is if you're reading sensitive information in public places. So in terms of physical security, in terms of stopping people picking your smartphone up when you put it down, or in terms of preventing people pickpocketing you, we've got an application called Pocket Sense. So what it does is uses the phone's sensors to detect when a phone is being either pickpocketed or removed from somewhere where it's been placed. And it sends out a suitably loud and annoying alarm. It's very sensitive and does seem to work most of the time, but the only thing I would say is it can be a little bit too sensitive, so that you can get some false alarms. So rooting your smartphone is a great way to unlock extra customization features on your smartphone, install applications and unlock features that you wouldn't otherwise be able to. But the only thing I would say is if you are going to root your smartphone, think very carefully about whether or not you actually need to. Giving applications root permissions essentially allows them to take far greater control than they would otherwise be able to, and so essentially you are completely at the mercy of any root application you download. So every now and again the Google Play Store doesn't have an application that you might want to download, and so what people tend to do is turn to a Google search. They find the first site they can and download the suitable APK from there. But you have to be so careful because a lot of these contain complete malware. And by accepting to download and install them, you've essentially given them full access to your smartphone. So the thing to take away from this is that the only site you can safely download APK files from is APK Mirror. This is run by the same people who run the Android Police site, and essentially every single application that is uploaded to this site has been checked to have the same certificates as those present in the Play Store. So the next thing you should be doing is installing Device Manager. This allows you to remotely lock or erase a smartphone in case it gets stolen, and the app can also make any device that's been lost nearby send out an alarm so you can quite easily find it again. The next thing you really need to make sure you do is to set up two-step verification on your different accounts. This will be an option for all major services, and what it means is that every time you log in, you'll receive a text message with a verification code, which will then be needed to access this website. Essentially, this prevents anyone from hacking you or anyone trying to imitate you. It's a simple solution, but actually adds a lot of security. So then we have something more or less essential. Only later on the video, because I have talked about it in the past, this is called App Lock. It essentially secures all your photos, videos, data and applications even if someone does manage to bypass your lock screen. You can set up all sorts of weird and wonderful ways to unlock these locks just to make sure that no stranger is going to access them. So guys, for more on smartphone security or just other cool things you can do with your phone, be sure to check out my other videos. And with that being said, I'm Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'm signing out.